Hello. Today I'm going to talk about a film that I saw last week, which I made a community post about, which you might have seen, maybe not. It's directed by Lorcan Finnegan, whom I haven't seen a film made by this director. He's from Ireland. But this was my first exposure to him. And the film is, of course, called The Surfer. Um, and stars Nicolas Cage as the surfer. Finn Little is his son, and JulianMcMahon plays Scully, who is the antagonist of the film. And in short, this film is, it's a psychological thriller. Um, Nicolas Cage is trying to get his childhood home because his character's from Australia. He moved to America, California in particular, when he was young after his father died. And now, he's working and everything, and he's getting things together to, buy out his childhood home that overlooks this beach. That way, he and his son can be there and enjoy more time together. And enjoy the surf and everything. And things happen as as the film goes on. There's this, it's like, things happen to him. Nicolas Cage is being harassed. He's trying to close the deal on this home because there's another buyer. He goes back there. He's trying to see about making, getting everything in order to pay for the make sure he has the money and everything to get the house. And yeah, he just gets harassed, and it sort of starts off small, but it just gradually grows. And it's just one of those things where it gets to a point where it makes you wonder, is this actually happening to him, or is it happening in his mind? And there's also this dude called a bum who lost his son, blames Scully and all the friends who are on the beach and everything there to pretty much, make sure nothing happens, like you don't surf here and everything. And it's just amazing just how things go, and at times it makes you wonder whether or not this old man that Nicolas Cage talks to throughout the film, like, makes you wonder, is this guy actually him, like, years later, or what? Because it's just such a thing. Yeah, I mean, like, the guy, he blames his son's death on these guys. And of course, Nicolas Cage has a son, and it just makes you wonder, like, is this all really, is this all really great? And his son, this guy's son, the bum son, won this competition and won a shark tooth competition. He won this little cool shark tooth that he has. And yeah, it's an interesting film. Nicolas Cage, he does a great job. Everybody does a great job. JulianMcMahon, who I know from being in the Fantastic Four films from the 2000s, he was Doctor Doom. He was also in Red with Bruce Willis. I don't know if you all ever saw that film or its sequel, but yeah, this full of various people whom, some people I've seen before, some people I've never seen before. And it's just one of those films that's just, it's bizarre and odd, and it makes you wonder: are certain things actually happening? Are they going on in his head, or what? And I'm just, watching watching the film, it's just really it's quite the experience, honestly, and to see it in the big screen was really cool. I know it's in theaters in America, um, so across the country. I don't know about where other countries will get to see it. Um, Honestly, it had its premiere last year at the Cannes Film Festival, and I guess it took quite a while for any distribution to really commence. Because usually, when a film is shown at a film festival like that, it's, the hope is in the near future it will get picked up for distribution and released later that year. Um, Here it's like it took like a year to get, a release, but it's here anyway. Um, this is the ticket I got. Yeah. Wasn't a bad price. It was $6.51 for the ticket plus 49 cents for tax, but that's not a terrible price. Of course, that also says matinee, so that's probably the reason why it wasn't so expensive. But still, it was a very good film, an interesting film. Nicolas Cage is one of those guys who, he has a certain reputation about him. People are like, oh, he overacts and everything, and he does do that at times. Though, of course, in various films, it is quite appropriate because his character is just, him being loud and being very out there completely works. Sometimes it doesn't, and so it's like, well, obviously you can go down to the director because it's up to them to really make sure somebody is restrained or not, if they should be at moments. You could let somebody just do whatever. Like, hey, give them a take they want to do, and if it works, use it. But if it doesn't, maybe another take should be used. But here, this really works because it starts off small, and him like losing his mind and everything. It works. It just works. It's not one of those things where it's not a situation where somebody's just over the top for really no reason. It's a good build up, and I really liked just how things kept going and escalating, and just certain things happen, and if you've seen the trailer, it's quite wild. He also gets a gun at one point, but that's for something I don't want to get into all that because that could be possibly spoilers. But if you've seen the trailer, you see him holding the gun and he's like he's just laughing like he just shot a gun. Like, it's like, boy. And the bum, he also mentioned like he'd like to go and just put a bullet in Scully's head. And also the police shows up because he's being harassed and stuff, and it seems like the police is in on it. Later on, we see his real estate agent or whatever he's trying to buy. The guy who's trying to buy the house through, who also has to show it to other people, and he's it just seems like so many people are against him. It makes you also just question: is this going on in his mind? Is it not? What's happening? And it's just like, because we hear or see certain things going on, but then some other things happen which makes you question what we have just seen or heard not too long prior. And so it's like, it's an experience. I'll just say that. I don't want to really say too much because it is brand new. It's out as of right now. When you'll see this, it's been out for a week. So this was a week ago that I saw the film, and it's just very good, in my opinion. I'm very curious. You know, Nicolas Cage. He's had some excellent films in the from the last decade too. He's been doing a lot of smaller stuff, and that really has, I think, is a good thing because the smaller things he does, he's just better. Um, I mean, not that he doesn't have excellent or very good performances or excellent moments in big films because he does, but when you watch him in films that are smaller, that's I think that's where he is able to really shine the best. He's able to just ex- just bring something out of himself. Like it's a bit more challenging, I guess, in a way. Making smaller indie films and sort of like back to form, I guess, in a way, because he did start in some films that were fairly small compared to what he would later do in his career. So yeah, I don't remember the budget for this film, but it wasn't a huge budget from what I saw. Um, I think this also got a 6 minute standing ovation at Cannes Film Festival, which that seems to be the case. If people liked it, you get a standing ovation for so many minutes, and then if it's not liked, it's kind of like, I guess, booed. Or if it's a mixed reception, there's claps and boos and all that. So yeah, but this one was received well. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. Very good film, and it's nice to see again. Nicolas Cage being, I guess, back to form in a way where he's reserved, and if there is any explosion and big moments, it's a build. It's a gradual build. It's not one of those things that is just he just freaks out for no reason. There's reasons for him, flipping out and everything. It's yeah, it's a good film. Um, so that's all I have got to say about the film. If you're interested in seeing this, if you're able to, if it's playing near you, I'd say go watch it, and hopefully you'll enjoy the film. Uh, you know, it's 100 minutes, so hour 40, not long, and yeah, I thought it was a fun film, honestly. So yeah, that's all I have to really say. Hope all of you have had a great week. Hope you'll have you'll have a great day and a great weekend. Also, hope your day is just going well in general. And I will see you all next time, which will be on my birthday. So yeah, please take care. And yeah, hopefully any movies you watch are good, be it on the big screen or at home. Bye.